Well, Alex, welcome to our 6 simple questions session for FSB members. We've known each other for quite some time, but do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Alex McCann from Manchester-based social media company Altrincham HQ, and we offer social media training and social media management.
Right, thank you. And I know a bit of the backstory, but tell us how you became Altrincham HQ.
Yeah, it's a long sort of convoluted story, but I think the important part is I studied marketing way back like 20 odd years ago, and then I became a journalist. So my background was literally journalism, running live music events in the city centre in the Northern Quarter, and I saw a gap in the market. I was like, the Northern Quarter is this hub of activity where everyone is using social media. And I'd come back to Altrincham, which is the town I love, the town I've always grown up in. And it was very old school. It was send a press release to the local newspaper and wait 6 weeks for them to print it. So I thought I can talk about what's going on in Altrincham and introduce social media back in 2009 to Altrincham, because not many people were using it at all then.
No, definitely not. It wasn't what it is now, is it? Yeah, great. And right, so outside of work, but I know you incorporate a lot of things with what you do in the body of work and social. Come on, tell us about some of your hobbies and passions.
Yeah, so work-life balance is really important to me, and one of the ways I really two ways I really try and switch off. One is running and exercise, because it keeps me away from this computer and stops me working, because my phone is strapped to my arm when I'm running. So I go and do lots of interesting runs. I just ran from Altrincham to Bury this weekend, which was
saw that, yeah.
27.5K. It was hard. And so that's one way I switch off. And I guess the other main passion, which I used to work in, is music. I listen to music obsessively. When we're not in the middle of a pandemic, I go to about 10 gigs a month. So that's the one thing I'm really missing at the moment, but I'm compensating it by listening to music a lot as opposed to going to see it.
Yeah, because I know you've been at the odd gig where our youngest has been, and he's been so frustrated by it, because he had a whole summer of gigs he was going to, all planned, so it's been very frustrating. And I also like the way you involve the running and that with the social media, because I normally know where you've been running because I see it on all the social media. So,
yeah, I always try and take a photo while I'm there. I try and make it interesting, so I run to interesting places. I mean, I've done Smiths related runs, Oasis related runs. I ran to Victoria Wood's statue in Bury, and it's anywhere interesting I'll go to.
Yeah. Now I noticed Manchester United, but I've not seen the Etihad mentioned. So
I've done an Old Trafford to the Etihad. I have actually done both of them. I did that before the derby a couple of years ago, like the day before the derby, and I think City won, unfortunately.
Well, you say unfortunately, anyway. Moving on. Are you listening to podcasts while you're running? Is there any you'd like to recommend?
Yeah, I listen to podcasts in the gym. I listen to music when I'm running. But yeah, podcasts, I think, I listen to so many, but I think one of the best ones is, he actually has 2 podcasts. It's a guy called Rob Moore. He's got one called The Disruptive Entrepreneur, and he's got one called Money. And I think he's quite in your face, and he's a quite go-getter, but I think he spurs you on to be a bit more proactive in what you're doing. So he's always giving helpful tips about growing your business. And I think that chimes with what I like. I like to find interesting ways to grow the business and to make the business more profitable, because I think that's one side of things I do on social. I'm not there just to post on social. I actually want businesses to increase the revenue and the sales from it.
Yeah. There's got to be some reason for doing it, hasn't there? So yeah. And books. Do you read any books? Any again you'd like to recommend?
Yeah, I read quite a few books. I mean, I'm traditional. People are surprised when they say I don't have a Kindle. I actually read the paper books. But the best sort of book I've read that I would recommend to anyone is Grant Cardone, The 10X Rule. And again, it's about like raising your goals and raising your ambitions. So don't just like, if you're aiming, it's that whole, if you aim for the stars, you reach the moon sort of thing. It's that sort of mentality, like aim high, and if you fall a bit short, you're still doing better than if you'd have aimed low. Yeah. Great,
right. And final thing, any words of wisdom that you'd like to impart?
If something is good for your business, i.e. social media, or i.e. health or fitness, do it daily and make it part of your daily habits. That you're never going to improve yourself if you try and do something once a month, once every 6 months, once a year. So regular good habits.
Brilliant. Well, look, Alex, thanks for taking part. This has been super. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Bye.